CB, MF, Productions.
Charge your phone in case you need to call for help, but don't answer it if it rings.
Check all dark stairwells.
Don't leave your apartment. Delete your delivery apps. Stay alert.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, cause CBMF is coming to town. What's up everyone? Scream 6 just came out this past weekend, and now we have 6 movies in the Scream franchise. I think it's time we recap all of them. Shall we? This is for you, Emmy.
What the hell? A dusty black coat with a red right hand.
The year is 1996. A local teen in the small town of Woodsboro, California, Sydney Prescott, is still reeling over the murder of her mom 1 year prior. Little does she know a couple guys have taken their love of scary movies a little too far, and proceed to murder several people from knife stabs at garage doors in an attempt to play out a real-life scary movie, all while dressed like an Edvard Munch painting. As people such as news reporter Gail Weathers and local cop Dewey Riley try to solve this mystery, the killers reveal themselves to be Sydney's boyfriend Billy and Shaggy for some reason, who were the ones who killed Sydney's mom a year prior because Sydney's mom slept with Billy's dad, causing his parents to split up, and Shaggy also joined because
it was fun.
Sydney quickly dispatches both of them, and Sydney gets to live another day. A year later, Sydney is enjoying her life at college with a new group of friends, until another string of murders start to unfold at her campus, as all our main survivors from the last movie reunite to try and find the killer, but sadly not all of them make it.
Rest in peace, Randy.
The killers reveal themselves to be Billy's mom, who wanted to kill Sydney for revenge purposes, and Timothy Oliphant, who wanted to get a famous trial built around him for the murders, but both are quickly dispatched of, and once again, Sydney and company get to live another day. 3 years later, Sydney is living a life in solitude after almost being murdered twice, as her life story has been franchised out by Hollywood in the Stab franchise, as another string of murders are happening on the set of Stab 3, killing off the actors one by one, as our main trio in Sydney, Dewey, and Gail all have to come together to once again find out who the killer is, who ends up being the director of the film, Roman, who is also Sydney's half-brother, having been conceived during Sydney's mother's failed attempt at starting a Hollywood career back in the 70s, and being shunned from the family tree, who also helped Billy and Shaggy on the path to murdering their mother. Sydney and company once again dispose of the killer, and get to live another day. 11 years later, Sydney is releasing a book on the 15th anniversary of the original murders, and returns to Woodsboro while on her book tour, but as she returns, so do the killings, as several new teens become victims to our new killers, as Gail and Dewey also come back into the fold to take down said killers, who end up being Rory Culkin and Jill Roberts, Sydney's cousin, who also had the same Final Girl status as she has, recreating the killings of the first movie and pinning herself as a survivor. Her plan almost comes together until she acts stupid while in the hospital and tries to kill Sydney and ends up getting
That's all you heard.
as Sydney and company once again get to live another day. 11 years later, a Woodsboro alumni and Sam Carpenter is forced back into Woodsboro after her young sister Tara is attacked by another copycat killer. Sam and her boyfriend Richie had to find out who amongst Tara's friends is the new killer, consisting of people like Chad and Mindy, who are the niece and nephew of the best character in the franchise. As another string of murders take place, with one of the victims sadly being Dewey this time around, forcing both Gail and Sydney to come back to finish these killers off, who end up being both Amber, Tara's best friend, and Richie, who reveal themselves to be toxic fans of the Stab franchise, and want to course correct the franchise to go back to basics, recreating a new set of murders to give Hollywood better material to revive the franchise, especially with Richie knowing that Sam is the daughter of Billy Loomis, as she gets visions of him, telling her to unleash a killer inside of her, even though he died before she was born. I don't know. Anyways, you know what happens next, and our survivors get to live another day. 1 year later, Sam, Tara, Mindy, and Chad all uproot in New York to live their college life, to get away from that murder spree that happened in Woodsboro, only for it to happen once again. Kirby from Scream 4 comes back into the fold as an FBI agent to help solve this case, along with Gail for good measure, as the killers this time slash people left and right like it's nobody's business, as it's revealed that Richie's core family members are behind the killings, mad at Sam for killing Richie and want to exact revenge on her. Sam and Tara dispose of all 3 killers, as per the rules of all these movies, as all our legacy characters make it out alive. Regardless if they were stabbed 1 time, 3 times, 18 times, they all get to live for the inevitable sequel.